The dynamic interplay of electrical and potential impulses. In the first image we have here is the sodium-potassium pump. This vital protein maintains the potential of neurons, typically around -70 millivolts, by actively transporting 3 sodium ions out of the cell and 2 potassium ions into the cell. This gradient prepares neurons for action potentials, which are rapid changes in membrane potentials triggered by sufficient stimulation. As seen in image 2, the sufficient stimulation is also called the threshold. As sodium channels open, causing depolarization as sodium ions exit, it is followed by repolarization when potassium ions exit. In the third image we have here is a synaptic transmission. When an action potential reaches the axon terminal, it opens calcium channels, allowing calcium ions to enter and triggering the release of neurotransmitters across the synaptic cleft, or also called the synaptic gap. These bind to receptors on the postsynaptic neuron, generating excitatory or inhibitory potentials, with neurotransmitters' actions being brief due to the reuptake or enzymatic breakdown. In the fourth image we have here is the neuromuscular junction, which is the specialized synapses between motor neurons and skeletal muscle fibers. At the neuromuscular junction, acetylcholine is released, opening sodium channels and generating an action potential. This action potential then trigger calcium release from the sarcoplasmic reticulum, facilitating muscle contraction through the cross-bridge cycle. In this image we have is the central nervous system, which is divided into two main parts: the central nervous system, which consists of the brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, which include all nerves outside the central nervous system. It is divided into the somatic nervous system, which controls voluntary movement, and autonomic nervous system, which regulates the involuntary movements. The peripheral nervous system is further divided into sympathetic, which prepares the body for fight or flight, or parasympathetic, which promotes rest and digest. In the last image we have here is the anatomy of a neuron. Here we see the cell body, the dendrites, the axon where the action propagates, often jumping between the nodes of Rambier in the myelinated neurons, which speeds up transmission. In summary, the sodium-potassium pump, action potential, synaptic transmission, and the neuromuscular junction are interconnected processes vital for neuronal communication and muscle contraction.